You don't have a discipline problem, so stop trying to fix it with motivation. You have a comfort addiction, and that's why you keep procrastinating, even when you know exactly what to do, because comfort doesn't feel like a problem. It feels like, I'll start later. I need a break. I'm protecting my energy. But you're not. You're training your brain to avoid anything uncomfortable. And if you don't understand this, you'll stay stuck, thinking you're being smart. Stay with me. I'll show you exactly how this is wired in your brain and how to break it starting today. Most people think comfort is harmless, something you earn after effort, something you deserve when you are tired. But psychologically, comfort is not neutral. It's a reinforcement system. And it's the reason you can't stay consistent, keep starting and stopping, feel stuck even when you are trying. Because your brain learns from what you repeat. So when you choose comfort over challenge, you're not just resting, you're teaching your brain, this is how I deal with difficulty. Avoid, delay, retreat. And your brain loves that because its primary goal isn't growth, it's safety. Growth is uncertain. Discomfort is risky. Effort creates exposure. So your brain doesn't stop you. It redirects you to what feels easier. Scroll instead of work. Rest instead of start. Wait instead of act. And the scariest part? It feels justified. Here's what makes comfort addictive. Every time you avoid discomfort, you feel relief. No pressure, no stress, no risk. That relief reduces stress, and that reduction releases dopamine. So your brain connects. Comfort equals reward. Discomfort equals threat, and now you've built a loop. Challenge appears, you feel resistance. You choose comfort, relief follows, and your brain learns, this works, so it repeats it again and again and again until comfort becomes your default response. Not because you're weak, but because your brain has been trained. And this is why you can scroll for hours and feel fine, but 10 minutes of focused work feels exhausting. Because one feeds the loop, the other breaks it. Here's the part most people avoid. Comfort doesn't just slow your progress, it reshapes your identity. Every time you choose comfort over action, your brain records evidence. Evidence that says, I avoid difficulty, I don't push through, I stay where it's easy. And identity is built from repeated behavior. Not goals, not intentions, not potential. Behavior. So this isn't about productivity, it's about identity. And right now, you're training yourself to become someone who avoids discomfort. Not occasionally, consistently. Look at high performers. They feel the same resistance you do. They feel tired. They feel unmotivated. They feel uncertain. The difference isn't discipline, it's interpretation. When discomfort appears, most people think, this is a sign to stop. High performers think, this is the moment that matters. They don't wait to feel ready. They act while it's uncomfortable because they understand something most people don't. Comfort doesn't build confidence. Discomfort does. The gap isn't talent, it's your tolerance for discomfort. And if you always choose comfort, you'll never build the version of yourself you respect. So how do you break a comfort addiction? Not with motivation. Motivation fades. You break it with psychological interruption. 1. Catch the comfort decision. The moment you hear, I'll do it later. I need a break. I'm not ready. Pause and say this. This is comfort. Not rest, not recovery. Comfort. That one label creates awareness, and awareness breaks the automatic loop. 2. Choose intentional discomfort. Not extreme action, just uncomfortable action. Start the task, send the message. Work for 5 minutes. You're not trying to win, you're training your brain. Discomfort is safe. 3. Delay comfort, don't remove it. Comfort isn't the enemy. Uncontrolled comfort is. So create a rule. You earn comfort after action, not before. This rewires your brain. Action to reward, and instead of avoidance to reward. If you apply just one of these today, you will feel the difference immediately, not in results, in control. Comfort feels safe, but it's quietly limiting your life because the more you choose comfort, the smaller your world becomes. You avoid risks, you avoid challenges, you avoid growth, and eventually, you avoid becoming who you could have been. This is why you feel stuck. Not because you're incapable, but because you've trained comfort to feel like the right decision. And the scariest part? Most people never realize this. They think they're just taking it easy, but they're actually staying stuck. So be honest. Are you actually resting? Or are you avoiding the one thing that would move your life forward? If this hit you, comment, "No more comfort," because the moment you see this, you can't unsee it. And if you want more psychological breakdowns like this, not surface motivation, but real identity rewiring, subscribe to Better Self Blueprint Liana Star, because here, we don't chase inspiration. We rebuild the person making the decisions. And what most people don't realize, comfort doesn't just keep you stuck, it destroys your ability to stay consistent. That's what we're breaking down next. You are addicted to inconsistency. Because starting isn't your problem, staying consistent is.